Hi folks, welcome to another inclusive driving video. This time we're going to have a look at driving with Sat Nav. The model of Sat Nav we're using is almost identical to the Sat Nav used by driving examiners on your driving test. This is the TomTom Start 62. This Sat Nav that will be used on your driving test at the moment, and it's January 2021, is the TomTom Start 52. They work in exactly the same way. My Sat Nav, the 62, just has a slightly bigger screen. While we're talking about the screen, I'm very aware that your view through the camera lens looks like the Sat Nav is taking up the whole of the bottom right hand corner of the windscreen. I'd like to assure you, with this photo I've got here, which is taken at eye level, that is not the case. I do have a very clear view of the road. Because this is a Sat Nav lesson, I did want the Sat Nav device to be quite prominent in the video, and so that's why I've positioned it in relation to the camera as I have. My view of the road is absolutely perfectly clear. Something else I just want to point out before we start driving is that if I am talking and Sat Nav decides to say something at the same time, I will just shut up. And then when Sat Nav has finished saying what it wants to, I'll repeat myself, just so we haven't got two voices talking at the same time. You will notice that examiners also do the same thing. They get to know when Sat Nav is going to talk, and they will make sure that they're not chatting to you at the same time. This is also very important though, if you are driving yourself. Let's say you've passed your test, you've got passengers in the car, just get them to tune into Sat Nav as well, so that they're not distracting you while Sat Nav is trying to tell you something. Having said that, my preferred technique for using Sat Nav is to actually ignore what the voice says most of the time. When Sat Nav says anything, for me it's just a cue to have a quick look at the screen and see where the line on the screen is going. So already I can see that the next turn is going to be a right turn onto Paradise Lane. Let's go and do some driving.
After 300 yards, turn right.
I'll give my signal before the top of the hill so that cars behind me see what I'm doing before I disappear out of view.
Turn right.
To a national speed limit road. Note how Sat Nav is telling me that the speed limit is 60. If I was driving a van, the speed limit for me would be 50. So Sat Nav isn't always correct with regards to speed limits.
At the end of the road, turn left.
I can see on the Sat Nav screen there is a bend to the right before the left turn.
Turn left. past your waypoint.
A waypoint is just an intermediate destination that I programmed in. So let's say you wanted to go to two different places, one after the other. You would create a waypoint as the first place, and your destination would be your final place. Note how Sat Nav is still telling me that this is a 60-mile-an-hour road, when we actually saw with our own eyes it changed to 30. I can already see that the next instruction is going to be a left turn at a roundabout. So I know that even before Sat Nav has told me anything.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
I can't tell what the instruction is. It's now a left turn at a roundabout, looking at the top
After
of the screen.
200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
So even before Sat Nav said anything, we could see at the top of the screen it was a left turn at a roundabout.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
And we can see we're going ahead at another roundabout soon.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the first exit. Cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
Top of Sat Nav screen, it's telling me the next instruction will
At
be a
the
right
end of the
turn,
road, turn right, A460.
and we can see from the map itself it is an end of the road, even without Sat Nav saying that, using the voice.
Turn right.
So the next instruction is going to be straight on at a roundabout.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the third exit, A460. Cross the roundabout and take the third exit. After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, then bear right. Go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, then bear right.
When Sat Nav says bear right, I interpret that as don't turn left. Similarly, if it says bear left, I interpret that as don't turn right.
After 200 yards, bear right, A460.
I'm just going to pull in here to explain that instruction. Bear right, A460. So the road number at the top of the screen on Sat Nav is A460. Bear right, what does that mean? I often interpret it as don't turn left. But you'll see as we come to the end of this road, it's not a straightforward junction. So this is a case of where I would be looking at the sat-nav screen and thinking to myself, where does that yellow line go? Well, maybe it's the second road on the right. It's certainly not left, it's not straight on, it's not the thin road that's pointing horizontally across the screen. So I'm just getting my bearings visually. And as we get to the junction, you'll see why SatNav finds that one a little bit difficult.
After 80 yards, bear right, A460.
So let's have a look. We can see we've actually got two giveaway lines, one after the other. So is this a left turn and a right turn? Or is it straight on and right? Or is it right and right? We can see why SatNav found that one difficult. But by using our eyes and actually looking at the yellow line on the map, we're able to see which direction we do want to go.
After 250 yards, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A460. Then keep left. Cross the roundabout and take the first exit, then keep left. After 200 yards, keep left. Keep left.
So SatNav again is giving us a little bit of a misleading instruction. It's saying keep left. Is this actually a left turn? I think it is. So I will treat it as a left turn. So we can now see at the top of the sat-nav screen we've got 3/4 of a mile before the next instruction, and it's going to be something to do with a left turn. Is it a bend to a left? Is it a bare left, i.e. don't turn right.
After 800 yards, turn left.
So we're being told there is a left turn. Can you see it on the screen? I can't. Where's the yellow line taking me? It's actually taking
After 300 yards, bear left, then turn right.
So in 300 yards, bear left. So that's not bear left here. We can see the yellow line is not going off to the left. So a better instruction would be straight on. Now we get some information on the sat nav screen that it's straight on for a little bit, and then a kink to the right, and then a kink to the left. Is that left? The left turn it's on about. I think this is a very good example of why listening to sat nav is sometimes quite unhelpful. It's much better just to look at the screen, have a glance at the sat nav screen every time sat nav says something. Ignore the actual words, use your eyes.
After 90 yards, bear left, then turn right.
So I know we've got a left turn, then let's go over to the left lane over here.
Bear left, then turn right. After 100 yards, turn right.
I'm going to ignore the turn right instruction and go straight on instead.
Turn right. After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Note how sat nav has given us a very
Go
late
right
instruction.
on the roundabout and take the second exit.
And if we weren't using our eyes on the screen, we would have missed that right turn at the second roundabout. So I hope that's been useful to you, and we'll see you on another video very soon.
After 200 yards, you have reached your destination.